In accidents, it's very difficult to simulate because every single one is different. But what you do know is an accident of high speed when you're above 250 kilometers per hour is going to be a big accident. And Luc Duval had one at Le Mans in testing this year, a huge shunt. And we were very, very thankful that he stepped away. But that wasn't luck, that was by design. The monocoque is the central point that everything else is built around. It is also, it's got crash structures to protect the driver and a new side impact zone here, just as on this point I'm at now. It is the main survival cell where the driver sits inside.
Thanks to the latest safety technology, Loic Duval was spared the worst, but the race was over for last year's winner before it even began. Replacement driver Marc Genet took his place. Toyota's Kazuki Nakajima, Stefan Sarazan, and Alex Thurs started the race in pole position. The number 8 championship leader was sandwiched between two Porsches, while Audi started the race in positions 5, 6, and 7 with a really good chance of catching up. But then the rain gods had a hand in the race, which resulted in the number 3 car prematurely ending the race through no fault of its own. But the manufacturer from Ingolstadt didn't let that distract them. They continued to battle for position as if advertising the glory of motorsports and ended with a 1-2 victory on the Sot. Marcel Fessler, André Latour, and Benoit Trellier claimed Audi's 13th victory out of 16 races in Le Mans, as well as a personal hat trick.
Yeah, I can't be happier, you know, share this moment with my teammates and the whole team. Is just fantastic to win it for a third time.
Audi claimed a lot of ground in the manufacturer's ranking with the double scoring of points in Le Mans, but Toyota still had a slight lead heading to the first overseas race in Austin, USA. The 2012 inaugurated racetrack is quintessentially American and welcomes the World Endurance Championship with distinctive Texas style. The 6-hour race started under blue skies and bright sunshine. The overseas premiere of the 2014 FIA WEC ran into the night and was filled with turbulence and fiercely competitive and close duels right from the start. Minutes into the race, heavy rainfall resulted in a number of cars dropping out, which even the best rain tires couldn't prevent. Even the leading Toyota up to that point was affected. The championship leader's sister car, as well as both Porsches, also found themselves sliding off the track. Audi was the only manufacturer in the leading group to keep both cars on the track. The rain severely influenced the race and resulted in a number of cars dropping out, and the race was consequently interrupted. 45 minutes later, the race resumed behind the safety car with Audi in the lead. The weather became more merciful as the race continued, but there were other challenges for the teams as day turned to night. The car's lighting systems were even more crucial in this race than they were in Le Mans, not only to light the track, but also to provide an overview for the teams and fans.
The circular lights on the side of the race car is the position of the car where it's in. So when one light is illuminated, we are the leading car. When 2, we run second. If we are 4th or further down the order, no light will be illuminated.
This year, Audi presented a world first in racing on its LMP1 race cars.
We upgraded the system for 2014 by the laser light to have a better illuminated street for our race drivers in the night. Only if the road through the night is illuminated, We have a quick driver in the car.
After claiming victory in Le Mans, the manufacturer from Ingolstadt also won a 1-2 victory on the Circuit of the Americas, already the second of the season. The double stint at the beginning of the race was undoubtedly a major factor in the repeated success for the newly appointed Le Mans winners. Audi succeeded in turning the tide at the midpoint of the season and took the lead from Toyota in the manufacturer's ranking. Countless fans once again flooded the Fuji International Speedway at the foot of Japan's largest mountain, the Fujisan. Japanese enthusiasm for motorsports is legendary, and it could clearly be seen at the first Asian race of the 2014 WEC season. Toyota was strong for its home race right from the beginning, and the leading car in the driver's ranking started the race in pole position. Porsche also performed well, along with the second Toyota, while Audi's vehicle concept wasn't ideally aligned with the track. The 6-hour race itself went off without a hitch, despite a few small incidents. Lotus was the only manufacturer with a major incident in the pit lane an hour before the checkered flag. Ultimately, Toyota once again triumphed at its home race and reclaimed the lead from Audi in the manufacturer's ranking. The Shanghai International Circuit, with the longest curve in motorsports, welcomed the WEC for the third-to-last race of the season. Porsche managed to score the pole position in the Middle Kingdom, its first milestone since returning to endurance racing. Leading drivers in the drivers' ranking, Sebastian Buemi and Anthony Davidson, started the race in second position. Audi started the race in the third row, and shortly after the race commenced, it was interrupted by the safety car. Both Toyotas took the opportunity to make their first pit stops, so they need one less pit stop during the rest of the race. Such an early pit stop for Audi didn't make sense due to the regulated tank volume and the intervals between stops. Toyota's decision to make early pit stops during the starting phase of the race set the course to ultimately claiming victory. The number 2 Audi also slightly benefited from a tactically early pit stop, ultimately coming in 4th place and overtaking 2nd place in the driver's ranking from its brand colleagues. Toyota extended its lead in the manufacturer and driver's ranking with another double victory. Porsche made it to the podium, but despite its pole position, wasn't able to win its first race of the season.
We're on our way, guys. Great job, Seb, as well.
Gün dolandı dağı taşı, dinmiyor gözümün yaşı.
The Kingdom of Bahrain welcomed the WEC with its own characteristically oriental flair. Palm trees towered over the paddock as a buffet opened for exuberant teams for the second-to-last racing weekend of the year.
It's almost like having holiday here. So sometimes you have to remember that you're here for work and not for holiday. But then as soon as you're out on the track, for sure it's pretty difficult because the heat in the car is quite high. The sand sometimes with the wind, it comes all, each lap on another place back on the track. So it's quite tricky to predict actually how much grip is in the corner.
Formula One star Fernando Alonso watched as the drivers awaited the start of the race. Once again, Porsche's Romain Dumas, Neil Yanni, and Mark Lieb managed to get their number 14 car to the pole position, just like they did in Shanghai. Sebastian Buemi's number 8 Toyota, currently leading in the drivers' ranking, started the race in second position.